Hello viewers and welcome to today's quest. We have the Roving Elves. I can start this quest by talking to Iswin, found in Ifstar. Minimum requirements: must have completed Regicide, Waterfall Quest, and you must be able to kill a level 84 moss giant, mostly unarmed. I'll cover more of that when we get close to it. A thing to note is that if you're using the charter ships and you bring a teleport out, your agility level is inconsequential. What you're going to need is Glarial's Pebble. If you do not have it, you can go to Golry in the Tree Gnome Village dungeon, which is when you squeeze out the little bars from the village, that little ladder just to the east. You're also going to need a spade and a rope. Recommended to bring some form of anti-poison, such as an anti-venom for the increased poison protection. Food, super set. Also for teleporting around, bring either Skills Necklace, Ardy teleports, Camelot teleports, Elf Camp teleports. I highly recommend bringing coins because you can charter a ship from Catherby for only 3,200 coins to Camp Tyras, which is the preferred one because then you get to skip the poison traps here in the Elflands. You can also bring a Ring of Charos enchanted to half your cost of a charter ship. Ring of Recoil is really helpful for killing the moss giant. Stamina potion as well as weight reducing things such as graceful, and a games necklace because you're going to have to go to the waterfall dungeon and that kind of helps a little bit. Now a couple of the places that they can show up is right here and right here. They will not show up at the spot near the bridge. If they are not here, wait 5 minutes and they'll pop up, or you can world hop, whichever one you want. So we're going to start this by speaking to Iswin, choosing chat options 1 and 1. Tell the truth. Maybe I could help. Speak to Elened. Okay, so now we're going to want to bank most of our stuff. I'm going to head over to Barbarian Outpost since we can just... I haven't done the Barbarian training, so I can just jump down the waterfall and get there a little bit quicker. Some quick things about this fight. Graceful you can bring, so I'm going to keep that. Anything armor that gives any bonuses you can't bring. However, jewelry that gives bonuses such as Glory, Fury, Combat Bracelet, as well as any of the Fremenic rings such as the Berserker ring, all that stuff is allowed. And you can also get some GP and go to Draynor, talk to Diango, and get an event RPG. And it allows you to do quick melee attacks, so I highly recommend that. You can also do prayers. You can use monk's robes if you want to. You cannot bring runes or arrows, weapons, or armor. And it is highly recommend that you bring some sort of superset. I'm also bringing a Ring of Recoil to make it a little bit easier. They attack with melee and mage, so you can prayer against one of those, but you are still going to be taking hits from the other one. So let me just get ready here. Okay, so I'm bringing some sharks with me. Glarial's Pebble. I'm going to bring a way to get to Camelot because we're going to need to go back to Illinet after we get this seed, as well as some GP to get there. Stamina potion. I am bringing a super combat potion. This includes the effects of super attack, super strength, and super defense, so it saves a few inventory spots. And shark over monkfish, just because... yeah, could use a little extra healing since these guys can hit 14s quite readily. I'm also going to be bringing an Amulet of Fury, Ring of Recoil, my Graceful for running later, and I'm bringing the Event RPG just so I can get some slightly quicker attacks. So now I'm going to head down to the waterfall, jump in so that I can get washed ashore in a little bit quicker. So let's head south. Where you need to go is right here. You can also use the Fishing Guild teleport and run over, or Ardy and run up. This one is just a little handier for me. And click on the whirlpool to jump in. So we're going to go here, and on Glarial's tombstone, we're going to want to use Glarial's Pebble. If nothing happens, that means you have something on you that is not allowed. you are going to see moss giants. There's 2 of them. They are aggressive. They want to kill you. If you want, the same thing that we did for Tanglefoot, where you attack them, then hide behind one of these pillars here, you can do that. You will use less food, but it could be easier. But I am going to pray against magic and have at it. If at any point you should die or something, if you need to go back and go to a bank, get more food and come back, it will have the same amount of health. That's one plus side. I don't know if that's true still if you relog, but at least it's true for the bit. Hooray! No, I'm trying to find a seed. Leave me alone. Guess I'm gonna have to zoom in really, really close to the ground to find this thing. So zoom in, because we need to find the Consecration Seed. We get that and get out of here. Now that we have that, we need to return to Elenid. That is the only combat you need to do, so you can bank that stuff. So ditch the Pebble, the high healing food you can switch out for a few pieces of lesser healing food if you want to, as well as the combat potion and the RPG if you brought it. Everything else you want to keep. And unlike me, make sure to get another Camelot teleport because we have to come back here one last time. So time to charter ship back to Camp Tyras. And go back to the spot where they can appear and wait for them. Considering when I was getting ready for this quest, I was about to start recording because they were there and poof, they disappeared as soon as I was about to hit record. Like, thank you guys very much for that. So let's speak to Lund, and she's going to do something funky with our seed. Okay, now we're going to want to enter the Waterfall dungeon. So I kept my games necklace with me, go to Barbarian, and so instead of jumping down the waterfall, we're going to want to head to the eastern bridge. and go through the house to the backyard. Well, we see a raft here, so board it. Don't walk too far, because the last thing you want to do is you can walk off this and get swept downstream. You want to use your rope on the rock, because if you walk too far, you'll get washed downstream and then you'll have to walk back up. Now we're going to want to use our rope on the tree to get down and enter. Now, chances are you have ditched your A key, so we're going to want to go to the eastern door. And the northern crates, we're going to find a key. Right there. Yep, we found it. Now we can go through the western door. Then further north. The door is locked, so let's use our A key on that door. And that door's locked, so let's use the key on there too. Plant your seed in this final room. Okay. Now we need to go back to Elunid. This is effectively going to finish this quest up, so nice and short. But I was stupid and didn't bring a Camelot teleport, so thankfully I have something I can teleport to a bank to get that for. Charter ship time. If you plan on doing the diaries, you are going to want to choose the bow for this one, because it is needed, and unless you want to drop 900k, it just makes it a little bit cheaper and easier. Now with the bow and the shield, they do give bonuses. The shield gives defensive bonuses in all the styles except for magic, and the bow gives accuracy and strength for range bonuses. For both of these, the more charged it is, the higher the bonus, going from in the 50s for melee and 80s for range for the shield, going down to in the 30s for melee and in the 60s for range. And for the bow, it goes from 170 respectively down to 64 and 52. You can also imbue this with 2,000 Nightmare Zone points per charge. It requires 20,000 points to fully imbue it. This gives it a slight bonus. Ilfian can also change these crystal seeds, not only from crystal bows, crystal shields, and crystal hallies. She teleports between two spots in Isifdar. Now the bow costs considerably more to charge up. It goes down the more you recharge it. First time is 900k, second time is 720k, third time is 540k, fourth time is 360k, and the fifth and subsequent times are 180k. At least it does go down quite a bit. The shield is, for the first time, it's 750k, second time it's 600k, third time 450k, fourth time 300k, and fifth and subsequent time 150k. So now that we're back, speak to Iswin. Shields are for wimps. Give me the bow, because I'm totally cool with hiding behind mushrooms. Congratulations, you have completed the Roving Elves quest. You're awarded 1 quest point, used elf equipment. You can bring it back to Elunid, and for a fee, she will charge it for you. You're also given 10,000 strength experience. This is also needed for Morning's End Part 1. You can also buy these new for the full recharge price from Islwyn. Unfortunately, the costs of these new items do not decrease the more you buy, and crystal seeds are tradable. I believe also fully enchanted fully repaired bows and shields are also tradable. So there we go. That is all for this one, and I will see you guys for the next one. As always, I hope you enjoyed this guide. Whether or not you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up or down, and feel free to drop a comment in the section below telling me what you liked about it or what I can improve about it. And you can also follow me in the links in the description below to my Patreon, Twitter, Facebook, Streamlabs, and the very rare time that I actually stream on Twitch. So until the next guide, ciao!